Hey folks, Jiminy Critic back here at you with a movie review for this particular week. I've got one that was Oscar nominated in the 2010 Oscar show for Best Foreign Picture, and it did not win, but it was one of the nominees, and I got a chance to see this movie, and I'm going to recommend that. I hope you can catch it too. Again, the title's The White Ribbon. It's kind of in the crime, drama, mystery genre. It's brought to you by Sony Picture Classics, directed by the very controversial director Michael Haneke. This movie is rated R for just some intense ideas. It earns its rating. It's 2 hours and 24 minutes long, but the time will not feel long while you're watching this movie. The basic premise, and by the way, Michael Haneke's directed such movies as Funny Games is one of his movies. Both he did a English version, or German version, and a U.S. version here recently, and a movie called Cash or Hidden, which was very well received a year or two ago. And he's done some other works. Again, he's a pretty controversial director. I think he always tries to get his audience to, whether or not they like the movie, hate the movie, he just wants a reaction from the stuff that he shoots. So the basic story, and I'm not going to give you much of the cast of this White Ribbon. There are a lot of unknowns here to us in the U.S. So basically, the main story of this movie takes place 15 months prior to the beginning of World War I in a small village in Germany. And the basic premise, this White Ribbon thing, if you're wondering what the title means, by the way, the movie is shot in black and white, and I think it just adds to some of the suspense, the dread, the fear. This movie has a feeling to it that kind of hangs over as you're watching it, that something is wrong, but you just can't pinpoint what it is. Basically, in this village, strange, violent events begin to happen. People get hurt, people almost die, people try to commit murder, people do bad things to each other, but no one is ever actually caught or literally seen doing the acts. They just happen, and then we're all left to wonder, well, who committed these acts? And the way the movie presents itself in this village, of course, there's small children being trained and reared in a very strict religious environment with very strict rules and upbringing, and it's kind of inferred that maybe some of the kids, as part of a rebellious streak or something in this movie, are secretly doing all these acts that are getting people, a lot of the adults in the film, and even their fellow friends, hurt. So like I say, it's a very strange movie, interesting to watch. You'll have a certain feeling of dread as you watch this movie. I'm not sure that all of your questions as you watch this movie will be answered. I don't think Haneke's looking for that. I think in The White Ribbon, he is just trying to stir up what is happening here, what are you noticing, and what are your conclusions that you draw. By the way, the title, The White Ribbon, as I mentioned, comes from the fact that in this movie, one of the pastors, who is a father of many children, ties a white ribbon around the clothing or arm of his sons and daughters to remind them that they are to be living a pure and a clean life. And some of these kids and some of the things that they get into are not so pure and clean. So if you can, take a look and find out and seek out The White Ribbon. I think you'll enjoy it.